There are 5 institutions that between them influence the interest rates, currency values, and credit conditions for over 90% of global economic activity. They are not elected. Their internal deliberations are not subject to public vote. Their policy decisions move trillions of dollars within hours. Today we document who they are, what authority they actually hold, and what the verified public record shows about how they use it. Every institution in this video is real, publicly documented, and operates under published legal frameworks. We cite the specific treaties, statutes, and official reports that define their authority. Institution 1. The Bank for International Settlements, Basel, Switzerland. The Bank for International Settlements, known as the BIS, was founded in 1930 under the Hague Agreements and is headquartered in Basel, Switzerland. According to its own official charter, the BIS serves as the bank for central banks, providing banking services exclusively to central bank members and international financial institutions. As of its 2024 annual report, the BIS has 63 member central banks, representing countries that account for approximately 95% of world GDP. Its balance sheet totaled 457.1 billion special drawing rights, equivalent to approximately $600 billion as of March 2024. The BIS hosts the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision, which sets the capital adequacy standards that all major commercial banks globally are required to follow under Basel III regulations. These standards, not voted on by any national legislature, directly determine how much money every major bank in the world can lend. Institution 2. The Federal Reserve System, United States. The Federal Reserve was established by the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, signed by President Woodrow Wilson on December 23, 1913. It operates as the central bank of the United States through a system of 12 regional Federal Reserve banks, governed by a board of governors in Washington, D.C. According to the Federal Reserve's own published data, its balance sheet peaked at approximately $8.97 trillion in April 2022, following quantitative easing programs initiated during the COVID-19 pandemic. By contrast, the entire U.S. federal government revenue in fiscal year 2023 was $4.44 trillion, meaning the Fed's balance sheet held more than twice annual government revenue and assets. The Federal Open Market Committee, which sets U.S. interest rates, meets 8 times per year. Its decisions on the federal funds rate directly affect mortgage rates, credit card rates, corporate borrowing costs, and the U.S. dollar exchange rate worldwide. These decisions are made by a committee of 12 voting members, none of whom are elected by the American public. Institution 3. The European Central Bank, Frankfurt, Germany. The European Central Bank was established by the Treaty of Amsterdam in 1997 and began operations on June 1, 1998. It serves as the monetary authority for the 20 member states of the Eurozone, the countries using the euro as their currency. According to its 2023 annual report, the ECB's consolidated balance sheet totaled approximately 6.9 trillion euros. It sets the interest rates that govern borrowing costs for approximately 343 million people across the Eurozone. The ECB's Governing Council, its primary decision-making body, consists of the 6 members of the Executive Board plus the governors of the national central banks of Eurozone countries. Its decisions on interest rates and bond purchases directly affected sovereign borrowing costs across Southern Europe during the 2010-2015 debt crisis, with documented consequences for the public finances of Greece, Portugal, Italy, and Spain. Institution 4. The Bank of Japan, Tokyo. The Bank of Japan was founded in 1882 under the Bank of Japan Act and serves as Japan's central bank. Japan has maintained the world's most unusual monetary policy over the past 3 decades, a near zero or negative interest rate environment that has persisted since 1999, according to Bank of Japan historical policy records. The Bank of Japan's asset purchase program, quantitative and qualitative monetary easing, resulted in the central bank owning an estimated 50% of all outstanding Japanese government bonds, as of 2023, according to Japanese Ministry of Finance data. It also became a top 10 shareholder in the majority of Japan's largest publicly listed companies through ETF purchases, according to a 2020 analysis by the Nikkei financial newspaper. Institution 5. The People's Bank of China, Beijing. The People's Bank of China, known as the PBOC, was established in 1948 and became China's central bank under the People's Bank of China Law of 1995. According to International Monetary Fund data, China held foreign exchange reserves of approximately $3.24 trillion as of early 2024, the largest foreign reserve holdings of any country in the world. These reserves include an estimated $800 billion in U.S. Treasury securities, making China the second largest foreign holder of U.S. government debt after Japan, according to the U.S. Department of the Treasury's monthly data. The PBOC's decisions on currency management, specifically the daily fixing of the yuan's exchange rate, directly affect global trade pricing for manufactured goods, commodities, and supply chain costs worldwide. 5 institutions. The BIS setting global banking standards for 95% of world GDP. The Federal Reserve managing a balance sheet larger than twice U.S. annual revenue. The ECB governing borrowing costs for 343 million people, the Bank of Japan owning half of its country's government bonds, the PBOC holding $3.24 trillion in foreign reserves. None of these institutions are controlled by elected officials in the conventional sense. All of them publish their decisions and frameworks publicly. The documentation exists. The legal authority is defined. The question, as always, is whether anyone is reading it. The real architecture of global finance is not hidden in the way that conspiracies suggest. It is hidden in plain sight, in annual reports, treaty documents, and technical papers that almost no one outside these institutions reads. Hidden Wealth Files reads them for you. Subscribe now.